Okay, we've got our 2016 Nissan Frontier. Carbly's appraisal assistant. We've got a retail number of $19,990.
It's an auction day, so we're gonna head inside. I'm gonna bring you along with me. What's up, everybody? Shane here, and welcome back to Car Appraiser. If you're new here, glad to have you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along each and every week as we venture out into the world of professional car buying. So now that we've got that out of the way, we are going to do live walk around inspections, and then we'll jump online, we will book them out, we will appraise them, and then we will put some numbers on them, and we'll jump online and we'll see what we can get bought. So I'm gonna bring you along, so let's go. All right, so let's make our way over to the A lane and see what we can find. All right, let's take a look at this 13 Regal with 92,000 miles on it.
I just got word that A1 through A6 is not running today.
They're not? So just like that, they just pulled them, huh? Well?
Yep, that's what it says here.
All right, I guess I'm not gonna argue with you. I'll move on down.
Nope.
All right, let's take a look at this 2016 Suburban, 110,000 miles on it. It's got one minor dinger on Carfax, no auction announcements. Tires look good. A little aggressive for this truck, for me, but I guess it's a Z71, so, you know, it probably works. They're usually noisy. Little blister starting here. Pretty standard. Let's see how the rockers and shit look. They're not terrible. They're starting, but they're not terrible. Whew, it's windy out today. Yeah, I get that little blister cleaned up on the other side. The rest of it seems okay. What? Like how? How is this thing locked? Oh, come here. Where are you? Because apparently it doesn't unlock. Well, what the fuck? Okay, seriously? Interesting. Here comes the alarm. No remote. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, it's in the pocket. Shut up. There we go. Good lord. So, for those of you that don't know, they call this a remote pocket. Basically, it just got a little transponder that connects to the key fob that allows the truck to recognize the key even when it's got a dead battery or whatever the case might be, which is probably the case with this thing. For whatever reason, it's not seeing the transponder. But now that we've got fucking windows, all right, let's make sure our moon works. Doing this one a little backwards because, well, it didn't want to start, but moon works. Body looks okay. Let's see if we can unlock it now that it's running. There we go. Motor sounds okay. Let's give her a scan quick. Yeah. All right, no codes. It's been 18,000 miles since they were cleared last, so that's a pretty good sign. Let's check under the hood. And maybe we'll rip it down the road if it checks out. So far, so good. Man, these things are covered. You can see over there they've got a, I don't know if it's grain bins or whatever the hell they've got going on over there, but you can see it's all over these cars. Every year at this auction during fall, I mean, sometimes they get so bad if it rains at all, you can't even, sometimes you can't even see paintwork and hail on cars. Oil looks good. Tranny cooler lines seeping a little bit, pretty standard on these things. Coolant looks good. That all looks good. Let's just check underneath it, make sure we don't have any crazy rear main leaks or anything going on. A little bit of seepage. Transfer case looks good. This thing looks good. Let's take it for a rip down the road. All right, well, we're gonna park this one because we didn't make it very far. See if you can hear it. It has got an extremely funky noise going on in this trans. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it or not, but I'm certainly going to try. There it is. Yeah, and it's shifting all fucked up, and like it's all over the place. You can feel it like just doesn't really know what the hell's going on. So I guess this thing is gonna need a trans, so we are gonna go park it and we'll move on to the next one. All right, let's take a look at this 15 Silverado with 142,000 miles on it. First glance, she looks okay. Damn it, shit everywhere. Tires are good. Rockers and stuff look okay. Let's see how she sounds. Careful. Water sounds alright. See what we got for codes. Codes deleted 72 miles ago. Coming out of a new car store. It's got a little bit of a miss to it. You know, it's one of those things, if, especially at a new car store, if they feel the need to delete the codes, thinking one, nobody's gonna scan it, or two, 72 miles ago, like, I don't know. And you can hear the trans whining in this thing too, just when you rev it up. Yeah, no, we're gonna skip this one. I'm not playing those games. All right, let's take a look at this 2015 Grand Caravan. 74,000 miles on it. No auction announcements. Carfax has got one minor on it. Hood's a little scuffed up. Tires are good. Wheels are okay. It's black, so, you know, you're gonna see more of the scuffies and stuff on it, but power doors. She's pretty nasty and gnarly up inside. Oh, let's see what these seats really look like. That one gonna work? There we go. Finally. Ugh. This thing's fucking gross. Let's see. I need some TLC, that's for sure. But this is a rough 70,000 miles, boy. It does have a little rattle in there. Nah. No. Nope. Alright, well. Captiva. Well, let's keep moving on. Check out the bodywork on this 16 Forester. Look at this fucking thing. I mean, I don't know if somebody got on the backside of it with a pry bar and just tried to, like, I don't know, but that's pretty sketchy. Now, it's probably as simple as just getting a good fender and putting it on, but you can see the headlight and the bumper cover and stuff are all out of whack. And I'm sure because this fender is nowhere near where it's supposed to be, obviously. All right, let's take a peek at. So they moved some stuff around. Remember in the beginning, they pulled some of them cars. So let's take a look at this 11 Rogue and see what we got. 119,000 miles. I mean, everything else has been trash so far. So why wouldn't this one be any different? Tires look good. Body looks relatively straight, actually. No moon, just the truck. Rear tires look good. It is an all-wheel drive. This side looks straight. Well, them tires are damn near new. Let's see how she sounds. Motor's not so much my concern on an 11 Rogue as it is the tranny. CVTs in these things are garbage. And as I say that, it's got noisy timing chains when you start it up. And an airbag light. Oh no, it went out. But the motor is no good on this thing. Fucking trash. Look at this Expedition. 284,000 miles on it. Somebody spent some time in the driver's seat. Well, a lot of this stuff sitting down here is shit that was all here last week, and it's trash. That Kia's got a noisy motor. That thing's been floating around about every auction in the state for the last 60 days. Most of this stuff's all been here last week and is trash. So that'll pretty much wrap up the A lane. We got nothing. So we'll move over to the B lane and see what we can do. This has happened the last few weeks here though. Like, I'll get through 2 lanes and have 1 car wrote down and then end up with 8 in the last 2 lanes. So hopefully that carries through. Alright, let's take a look at this 2016 Subaru Crosstrek with 140,000 miles on it. Interior actually smells like a puppy. Ooh, it's a 5-speed too. Imagine that, a Subaru that smells a little bit like a wet doggy. Sounds like a Subaru. Oh, she's a little... God damn it. And for a Subaru, she sounds noisy. Yeah, no good. Son of a bitch. Well, maybe we can get luckier with this 14 Camry. 113,000 miles on it. 1 minor dinger on the Carfax, but nothing terrible. Tires are good. Body looks straight. Let's see how she sounds. Motor sounds good. Alright, so first impressions are okay. I don't think this is going to be the nicest Camry I've driven in recent past, but yeah, this thing drives out good. I think it's going to need struts more than it's going to need stabilizer links, but otherwise it's good. We'll get this thing put on the list. Because I take back everything I say. We get back here and I'm sitting inside the car and I can hear it. Tick, 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 tick. Which wasn't there before when it was cold. So as it warms up, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. Actually, I bet you can if I go in the wheel well. There you go. Tick, 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 tick. Boy, this is going to be one of those days, I guess. Alright, let's check out this 2016 Nissan Frontier. Crew cab, 90,000 miles. Body looks relatively straight from here. Tires look good. Wheels look good. Underside looks good. These things still never cease to amaze me how much fucking money they do. For just a small mid-size truck, they do some blood. I mean, this truck's gonna do somewhere in the high teens for sure, I'm guessing. Although we haven't started it yet, so that might not be a true statement. Shit. That sounds good. Let's scan it. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm jinxing myself all day already today, so. Dismiss. Okay. 5,000 miles since the last time any codes were cleared. So that's good. Let's check under the hood. Oil looks good. Relatively dry on this side. Same thing over here. Out underneath. Okay. This thing looks dry as shit. Well, let's go rip her down the road. Okay. That's all good. What are you doing? Oh, Grandma, come on now. Whew. Heated seats are working. Damn. It is not heated seat weather today. What about the cruise? Let's see what we got. Alright. Cruise works. Hugs the road good. Suspension feels good. No crazy clunks. It's a pretty decent old ship box. Okay, this Frontier checks out good. We'll put it on the list and see if we can get it bought.
Okay, we've got our 2016 Nissan Frontier with 90,000 miles on it. So we drop down here to Carbly's appraisal assistant. We've got a retail number of 19,990. Then if we come over to our Carfax history-based value, we've got a good retail number of 19,500 and an excellent of 20,004. So we try to always kind of play in between that range there, depending on what some of the other numbers are saying. Live local market isn't showing anything here as far as our mileage adjusted price because of the way it breaks these VINs down. So we will just jump over here real quick and take a little different look at it just to see what's currently going on in the market right now as we speak. And as you can see, within a 10,000 mile range roughly, we're kind of all over the board. 20,009, 20,009, 22, 19.8, 19.9, 19.9. We can come down here and kind of get the same game. Oops. 17.9, 21.2, 19.9, 18.9. So it gives us an idea as to kind of what's going on right now currently in the market. So I'm going to price this one at $19,995 for a retail number, which is going to give us a buy number, a wholesale buy number of roughly 17 to 17.5, based on the fact that this thing wasn't going to need a whole lot of recon at all.
We got a 16 mile. Here we go. Look at miles right, miles right, miles right. Here we go. Look at miles right answers and the titles here. Here we go. Look at number 17. I got 15. One. I got number 51. 2. 15,200. I got 1, 2, 3. 53. Doug, you're up. 53. 4. 51. 4. 5. 5. 51. Doug. 55. I'm 6. 51. 7. 57. I got another 7. 57. I got 8. 50,808. 9. 59. Check out 9. The 16 grand. 60 on Cirque. 60,001. Look at number 1. 1. Cirque. Sound 2, 3. I got 2, 3, 4. Take it on the 4 and 5. 69. I got 1, 5, 6. Take it on the I got Shane. 5, 6, 7. Look at 7. Shane. Now 8. 60,008. Down to the I'm not to the bottom of the 17, somebody about 17,000. I'm about the 17, somebody to the 1, 71, change 71. I can put number 2, 3, 73. I can see number 4, 70,004, 4, to the 5, 5, 75. I can put number 6, 75, 6, 6, 7, 77. I can put number 8, 70,800. I'm not to the 9, change 79 to the 9, 6,900. I'm 18 grand, 81 to the 18, 1, 81, chain 81. 81 to 1, 81, 81, 81. 81 to 1, chain 81. 81 to 1, 81. Yes, no, gotta go 18,000, 18, 1, 82, 18,002. 81 to 2 to the 1 to 2, 18. 18.2. 81 and 2 to the button, 1 and 2, 2, 82. Yes, no, gotta go. 18,200. But soda, 18-1 bar 877. 18-1 to 877. Here we go. Hook up out of the gear. Number 52, 1 about. Here we go.
More than I wanted to
5-2,
pay, but
5-2, 20%.
All right, well, hopefully this weekend is like the last couple few. That's 2 lanes down. We have 1 unit on the list. Now, mind you, I'm looking for respectable stuff under 25 grand. Like, that's pretty sad. There are just so many pieces of shit out here today. But we're gonna head over to lane C and see if we can't put together a little more of a respectable list yet. All right, let's check out this 14 Sierra with 110,000 miles on it. Quarter and bumper. Get some touch up on there and get that thing cleaned up. Probably be okay. Tires are good. Looks like the rockers and stuff are okay. She's starting to pop in that rear, by that rear door. God damn, is it windy out. You can see she's starting to blister up pretty good down here. Whew, she smells good and farmy up in here. I do not like that motor. Alright, let's check out this 16 Acadia all-wheel drive with 89,000 miles on it.
That's 400 down on the bump, 24, 600 down on the bump, 600 down.
Tires are fair. Little PDR here. Leather, moon, quads. Not overly stinky. Rear tires are good. Wheels will all clean up. Be brave and carry on. Power liftgate works. This side looks straight. Well, a little bit of dog hair going on in there. Oh. Motor sounds good. Let's scan it. It does have a check engine light, so no. Okay, so P0496 confirmed, pending, and permanent. Evap emission system high, purge flow. So it might have a, you know, it might have a bad canister, something in the evap system. I'm not too overly concerned about evap stuff. It's usually relatively inexpensive to fix, so that's not the end of the world. Let's see how this thing is under the hood. But nothing crazy. We got coolant. That's always a good sign. Boy, they got these 3.6s stuffed up in here, don't they? But she looks relatively dry. See what we got. That all looks good and dry. But she's not all rotted. Let's go rip it down the road. See if maybe we got ourselves a good one. She's definitely gonna need some rear brakes. You can hear these, I'm sure you can. Just metal on metal. So we'll definitely have to put her down for some rear brakes. How she shifts. Okay, so far so good. So these Traverses and Acadias, for those of you that don't know, typically the 2-3 shift is where you're going to find a problem with these things. Not only getting under speed, I'm going to let this UPS guy go past me here, and then we're going to do a little bit of a light throttle pressure test. So not only if you're driving normally or even a little heavy throttle, 2-3 shift is usually you'll get like a stretched out shift point. But also about 30 miles an hour, like if you're cruising through town and stuff like that, it's super important to check on these things. About, 30, 35 miles an hour. Then just give it light throttle pressure. This one seems to be okay. They will, torque converters go out and it will not lock. It'll go into overdrive basically, and then with just the slightest amount of throttle pressure, it'll fuck up that torque converter and it won't know whether it's supposed to stay engaged or disengaged, and you'll get a tranny shutter on them. So you got to be really careful if you're looking to buy one of these things, because, and even car guys that quote unquote know what they're looking for, they'll go out, especially at some auctions where you've just got a test track and stuff, they'll go out and they'll just go hammer on these things to just make sure it shifts, but they won't check all the different shift points and throttle pressures and stuff like that, and you'll get burned real quick. But there's also, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but there's also some shady car dealers out there who, well, let's just say they might just see if you miss it. So I'm just giving you a little word of the wise and something to pay attention to. So, but so far this thing seems to drive out okay. Double check this moon. That's all good. Yeah. So far so good. I'm okay with this thing. Alright, so this Acadia, got our evap cone and a passenger window that is hanging up, so it's going to need a master switch, which isn't uncommon on these things, and rear brakes. Outside of that, this thing checks out pretty decent actually, so we'll put it on the list and see if we can get it bought.
Okay, we've got our 2016 GMC Acadia with 89,000 miles on it. Come down here and take a look at Carbly's appraisal assistant, showing a 18.2 retail number. And if we come over to Carfax history-based pricing, we can see we've got 17.5 for good and excellent coming in at 18.5. Come down to live local market, we've got a mileage adjusted price of 18.9. Obviously these are pretty good miles on this truck. This thing was going to had an evap code, rear brakes, and a master window switch. Otherwise, the rest of the truck checked out pretty good. So none of these are overly expensive, but we got to take it into consideration here too. So we'll drop down and take a look at our local comps, what's currently going on live in the market today. And we can kind of start looking kind of in this 22.9 for 86,000 miles, 21.9 with 87, and then we drop down 18.3, 18.4, 16.4, 17.7, 17.9, and you look at some of these. I mean, this is pretty insane. 22.9, that thing's going to age on you guys. So if we're looking at what the real number is and where it really starts dropping off, kind of drops off a cliff a little bit here, over 100,000 miles too. So we're not that far off with 89,000 miles. So taking that into consideration, along with everything else as far as data goes, my gut's kind of telling me this is a 17,995 retail piece. A little conservative, but not insanely conservative. And then based on what we need to do, as far as that recon goes, we're going to go 18, 16, 15, 5. We're going to back this up to $15,000 for a wholesale buy number.
Number 30, coming about number 30 here.
All right, let's see if we can get this Acadia
about 13, grand in 2. 13, about 30, about 30, down about 30, down to 30, down to 2, 30, down to 2. 13 here, about 30, down about 2, about down to 11 grand, 11 2, 11 2, 2 2 2 4, about down to 4, about 2 4, 11 2, 11 4, 600 down about 8 down, and 12 grand, about 12, 11 down 12 2 2, about 12 2 4. That's 400 down about 2 4, 600 down about 600 down, 8 down, 13 grand 13 to 2, down about 30 to 2, 13 to 4. That's 4 600 down about 30 down about down 600. And now 14 grand. 14 down 2, 14 down 2, 4. That's 2, 4. Hammer high. We're going to sell 14, 4, 600, about 6 here. Down, we down her. Down the belly, down the beat, down the beat, down the beat, down the beat, down 15 grand. Climb about 15 down to 2, 15 and 2, 15 and 2. Down the 2 down to 4, down the 2 4, down the 44. And 600 down the balance, down the balance, $50 down her. Down the belly, down the beat, down the bounty, down the bounty, down the beat, down the beat, down the bounty, down the beat, down the beat, down the beat, down the bounty, down the bounty, 16 grand on here. It's 16 grand and 2. Down the bounty, 16 down, down the bounty, $2 here's again, down the bounty, $2, 16 down to 2. It's 2, down the bounty,
Swing and a miss.
2, down the bounty, 2, down the bounty, sold 16 grand, 246 buys.
Let's check out this little 13 Mazda 3. 90,000 miles. No auction announcements.
And now 7.
First glance, she looks good. Tires are fresh. Wheels look good. Couple PDRs here. Got one back here. A little scuffy. Nothing crazy. Interior's dirty, but it'll clean up nice. This all looks good. Rear looks good. From what I can see, doesn't appear to have any hail. Oh, these things are so fucking dirty. Alright. No PDR right here. Let's see how she sounds. Ooh. Sounds like a Mazda. Sounds okay. Scan it. Okay, no codes. 3,700 miles since they were last deleted. That's good. Let's check under the hood. Brett? Boy, a little slim out here today, eh?
Yeah, a little slim indeed.
Holy fuck.
Big gaping holes everywhere.
Yeah, yep. You gotta keep looking down at the app to see if there's anything in there or not. Alright. Oil looks good. Or good enough. Coolant is full. This side looks good. Alright, so far a respectable little ship box. She look under here. No crazy oil leaks, subframe looks good. Alright. Now we're hitting our stride. Let's go take this thing for a ride and see how she is. See what we got. So far, shift points are good. She's not overly clunky for a cheap little ship box. Little road noise, but you know, that's what happens when there's no metal between you and the road. Let's see if the cruise works on this bad boy. Cruise on, set. Yep. Alright. Can live with this thing. Alright, this little Mazda 3 is actually a pretty decent little ship box, so I'm going to put it on our list and we'll see if we can get it bought.
Alright, we've got the 2013 Mazda 3 with 90,000 miles on it. This was a pretty nice, clean little car. Carblee's appraisal assistant coming in with a retail number of 11,630. And then if we come over to Carfax history-based value, we've got a good of 10,360 and an excellent of 11,150. Drop down to live local market. We've got a mileage adjusted price of 10,003. And if we take a look at what's currently going on right now in the market, get up into that 80 to 90,000 mile range, you can see we fall somewhere in the vicinity of, now these seem really strong, 110 days old, 324 days old. Like, they're just trying to minimize the pain, I think, as they go down and this thing gets ready to have a birthday. But these numbers are a little more realistic here, I think. This 11.9, 10.9. Clearly, this is probably not a very nice car. 11.8. And then she really starts tapering off a little bit. 10.6. You know, these miles aren't too far away here. So we, based on that live data in correlation to what the algorithm's saying here, looking at Carfax and the appraisal assistant, I feel pretty comfortable that this unit is probably more like a 10,995 car, which is what I'm going to put it down at. Could maybe push this to 11.9. It's a pretty nice car, but I really think that solid number is going to be 10,995 because it is an import right around 10 grand. There's not going to be a ton of margin here, so I'm willing to bet it still takes 85 to 9 grand to get this thing bought. So this is one of those that I'll make that final decision when we're in the lanes or online buying, but somewhere's in that vicinity of 85 to 9 then for a wholesale buy number.
And number 41, 85. 5 grand, 15, 200, 253, 15, 4. And then 4, 555 here. At 4, 5, 5 here, 4, 5, 6 here, better, and now 7, 6 round, 102. At 2, 3, 4, 500, it's 600, now we down, down, some ground here, now wall here. 71, 102, 2, 4, 4, at 5 here, 6 here, 77, big down, grand money, now 81, now 80, down, 102. At 2, 3, 4, 6 here. And now 70 down to be down to bounty down down somebody down her. And 70 to be down to be down to bounty down to bounty down to bounty down to down to bounty down to bounty down to be down 80 down to 9 grand. Hit down here down 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 sold 800 877 by 89 sold 877 I'm here. Event number 42 coming up down.
That'll work. All right, let's take a look at this 2015 Ford Edge. 99,000 miles on it. All-wheel drive, SEL. Carfax is clean. No auction announcements. Tires are fair. Underneath all this dust, body looks okay. Headliner's a little dirty. So, ooh, a lot of dirty. Ooh, look at this seal. Look at that. The fuck? Somebody get in this thing with spurs on? Look at this thing. Ooh, it's even dented. What in the actual fuck? Oh, look at this door too down here. All scuffed to shit. It's dented in. Oh man. Yeah, seriously, did fucking cowboy own this thing? I'm wearing spurs. Get in this thing and kick the shit out of this. I mean, I don't even know. Somebody hit this thing. Nah, fuck this. We're gonna scratch this thing. Look at all this. Look at this interior. Just all scratched to shit. And then there's this headliner. It's, oh, ooh. Ooh. Almost feels soft in there. Like that. There's an airbag fucking missing out of there. Or if somebody just crushed their head against it every day for years and just broke it down that much. I don't know. This thing's a piece of shit. No thank you. Let's check out this 2017 Chevy Suburban. 125,000 miles on it. Carfax is clean. No auction announcements. Dark blue truck. Chromes. Tires look good. Rockers and stuff look good. Let's see what she looks like inside. So, leather. Moon. Rear buckets, rear DVD. She's a little dirty. Not a very nice old truck, but that'll clean up. A little scuff here. That'll come out with some lacquer thinner. So it is a Premier, which is why it's hard loaded like it is with all the equipment. Whoa, 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 Nelly.
Oh, she just stuck. Rubber mats. So my biggest concern with this truck, it's got some PDRs in the rear quarter. I don't know if you can see them. There's one there, one there. There's a couple up here too. But not near as bad as the one in the doors. Here, here, here. Have to run a PDR guy down the side of this thing, but it's not the worst. But yeah, my biggest concern with this truck is going to be transmission. And we will check this again. So that 2-3 shift, you can hear it actually slip and bang as soon as it comes out. Let's see if we can get it quick. There it is. Boom. I don't know if you saw the tack jump, but you could hear it. Dunk. Yeah, this thing's no good. Well, that is a shame, and that is how you piss away 15 minutes looking at a car that you thought was worth a shit. So we'll get this one parked and we'll keep moving. All right, let's take a look at this 2011 Highlander. 145,000 miles on it. Carfax is clean. No auction announcements. Tires are very good. Wheels look good. Body looks straight. They got these stupid lines in them down there. That looks good. Interior looks dirty, but not nasty. No, that'll all clean up real good. That'll clean up good. Rear tires are good. Does have a hitch. Let's see what we got here. Power gate. That works. This side looks straight. Okay. We got any hail? Does not appear. Got a dinger up here, but it doesn't look like there's a bunch of hail. How the hell you'd even see it today, but looks okay. But it is a Highlander, so how noisy is it? Shut up. Shit. This thing's almost like hybrid quiet for a Highlander. Alright, let's just scan this bad boy. Power moon's good. No codes. 40,721 miles since last cleared. Now that I can get down with. Let's check under the hood. There. Oil. Fucking amazes me, these Toyotas, how clean the oil is, even on a, what, 13-year-old truck with 150,000 miles on it. They're like nothing else. Overflow. Oh yeah, there's some down at the bottom there. This is actually a really quiet 6-cylinder for this generation Highlander. Motor looks dry. She's gonna need a battery. Look at all that corrosion. So far, I'm getting pretty excited. Seems like a pretty nice old truck. Other side looks good. Let's go rip this bitch down the road. Alright, first impressions are good. Let's see if there's any follow through. Okay. So we've either got a wheel bearing making some noise or a rear end howling. These things are not known for having rear ends make noise. Let's see if we can get it to load up and unload itself. I don't know if you can, I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but so I can kind of make the howl go away by rocking the thing sideways. You can load and unload the wheel bearings, for those of you that don't know. And it's about the only way to decipher, outside of a stethoscope on a hoist, running it in all-wheel drive, to check whether or not you've got a bad rear end or if it's a wheel bearing. So if you don't have a hoist and you don't have a stethoscope, it's about the best way you can do it. But to me, I can hear the tone change from side to side, and these things aren't notoriously known to have rear end noises, so I have to lean on the side of it's probably just a wheel bearing. But I will have to just make note of it and keep it in mind, you know, just in case it's not. Gotta play it safe so I don't burn any of my guys. But she seems to change pretty consistently, so I feel fairly confident about it. But I'm gonna stop for now because there's usually cops sitting around here somewhere, and he definitely isn't gonna think I'm checking wheel bearings. So before I get pulled over, I have to explain why I'm driving a car with no plates on, packing heat. You know, I'm just gonna drive normal. Alright, so this Highlander checks out good. We're gonna put it on the list for sure. We do have to keep a little margin there for a little room. We're just gonna have to make our notes for our rear end or possibly wheel bearing. Like I said, I'm leaning more towards the wheel bearing. But otherwise, this truck checks out relatively nice for what it is. So we'll put it on the list and see if we can get it bought.
All right, we've got the 2011 Toyota Highlander with 145,000 miles on it. Come down to Carbly's appraisal assistant, and we've got a retail number of $13,070. Over to Carfax history-based value, and we've got a good retail price of $12,020 and an excellent price of $12,910. If we come up here real quick, you can see Carbly went out and saw that this was out on somebody's site here, the dealer that is selling it, for $14,900. Well, I looked at that car, you looked at that car with me. There's no way that car was set up on somebody's lot. So a lot of these new car stores will bring this stuff into inventory, and then they'll put it out there at an inflated number like that, and then they'll wait and see if maybe they catch somebody that's interested in it, and then maybe they'll clean it up quick and say, you know, we got to get it through the shop first, but it seems like a decent car, and they'll try to hook somebody that way. I don't know why they do it at the inflated numbers, but neither here nor there. Drop down a live local market, and we've got a mileage adjusted price of $13,400. So if we come down and take a look at what's really going on in the market right now currently, you can see we've got pricing at $13,000, $13,900, $13,500, and then $11,900, $11,100. That's just ludicrous. $16,400 with 149,000 miles, and then $11,900, $10,900, $11,900. So taking all that data into consideration here, what the live market average is along with everything else, feel pretty confident this unit comes in at $12,995 for a retail price. This is a very nice truck for what it was. But if you look at our notes here, you can see we've got we had our wheel bearing or rear end, leaning towards the wheel bearing, but otherwise it was a very nice truck. So it's one of those where you can't go all the way on this thing, because if you're wrong, which it's very hard to decipher, you could basically end up eating everything, right? So this is where you can get yourself in a little trouble. It was a very nice truck, so I'm kind of willing to roll the dice a little bit on this one. And if I got to push it to the edge a little bit, I probably will, but we'll see. So we're going to go $12,995 retail number. I'm still going to put this thing down at about $11,000 for a wholesale buy number. Just trying to leave some margin in there in case got to put a rear end in it.
Highlander,
telling me this Highlander
number 106, 10 grand, 10-2. $8,000 ticket, grand 82. Hey, comment about grand 82. Hey, comment about 4, comment 6 here, $8,600 here. 8 down 9, comment 92, 94, comment 94, 6 here. And 96, comment about 96 here, 98, 88, $8. I'm on the screen. $6 sold. 9,600, 877 by 9,600 sold. 8.
Okay, so that is it for lane C. So that is 3 lanes down, 5 cars on the list. So we'll run through lane D here and see what we can come up with. Well, as usual, the D lane at this auction is outside of this Rubicon is pretty trashy. So I'm just about going to be wrapped up here. As good looking as this Rubicon is, it's I just don't have anywhere to go with it right now. It's a pretty good looking truck though. But I think we are just about wrapped up here. Alright guys, so we made it back out to the truck. We have 5 units on our list today out of all 4 lanes. Pretty rough day. A lot of work for 5 fucking cars, but you know, sometimes it's just the ebbs and flows of how things go. So at least they had some free chicken sandwiches today, so I don't usually eat at the auction, but they seem pretty good. So we're gonna eat our sandwich and get online. I will get things booked out, and then we'll jump online to the auction and we'll see what we can get bought. By the time you get here, you're already gonna know what we got done. So we got 5 on the list, like I said, and we'll see how many we can get bought. When we get done with that, I'll see you guys in a couple days and we'll do it all over again.